Greetings, this is August 30th at 2 p.m. We are looking at a portion of Alexander Caulfield Anderson's original map of British Columbia showing the Brigade Trail from Loon Lake to Horse Lake, and this was drafted in 1843 and shows very much a similar trail or path that the fire has been taking. You can find a link to this document in the description below. And in a notation in red, near the chasm on the Green Timber Plateau, it reads, Northern Limit of the Red Pine, Ponderosa. Let's take a look from 2017, north of that map, at Highway 24, looking west towards Lone Butte and 93 Mile. I am seeing a lot of haze. Potential of actual smoke in the distance. And turning to the Begbie cam, I am seeing what could be overcast sky with a patch of blue over top 100 Mile House. Not a lot of haze. There's no visibility obscured in the distance. Moving over to the Big Bar cam, I am seeing some haze to the right portion of your screen. That would be the northeast, and this could be coming more from the Hyheum area. I've just received infrared updates on the VIIRS system for 1:30 p.m. PST, and we'll take a quick look at those, and then we'll go back and we'll look at the ones I grabbed at 10:15 because I've got some more detail. There isn't a lot of change in the last 2 hours. We are seeing these intense areas on top of Mount Jim, east of Watch Lake and south of Watch Lake. These fire prongs that have come up on either side of North Bonaparte Road. And yes, there has been major expansion to the east of Hyheum Lake, and we are seeing some new spots south of Loon Lake, approximately 3 kilometers, and east of Loon Lake, approximately 2 kilometers. However, we're going to concentrate mainly on the northeast flank and the northern portion of this Elephant Hill fire perimeter. I want to just switch map directions, and we're going to look from the north towards the south. So now Sheridan is in the lower left-hand portion of the screen, Watch Lake and Green Lake are on the right-hand portion of the screen, and we're looking at this firehead approaching approximately 5 kilometers south of Highway 24. And we can see some of the forestation where these pockets are, where fuel may be. There's going to be a mix of different wood types, fir, pine, and then the deciduous birch, aspen, and just a variety that goes on in the Interlakes area. So this gives you a little bit different perspective on the approach of the firehead. Now we're going to flip the map back around. We're looking at the northern flank. You can see the areas of activity. Let's jump in first and go to the southern end of Green Lake. This is around the Tin Cup Mountain, and I'm going to make an estimate approximately 4 kilometers from the southern shores, and we're looking at about 15 new infrared hotspots there. Now we're looking at the top of Mount Jim, going towards Nolan Lake, approximately 2 kilometers from the lakeshore. It should be visible over top of the mountain, which is a very slow and low rising hill. Now we are moving over to the Watch Lake area, approximately 2 kilometers from the eastern shores of Watch Lake, and look at the proximity to Green Lake. And we can see these two expansions have gone around Little Green Lake, and they seem to be coming up on either side of North Bonaparte Road, one heading towards Watch Lake and the other one heading further northeast. We've zoomed in around the Lake of the Woods area east of Little Green Lake. You can see a lot of infrared in those forested pockets. Now we're moving south to Pressy Lake. We can see approximately 15 southeast of Pressy Lake. That's on that area towards that Bendello and Home Lake. And over in the top left-hand corner, you can see that's the activity occurring up on top of Mount Jim. And now we're going to take a look at the western shores of Sheridan Lake, and this is an overview of those forested pockets to the east of the firehead, and we're looking at approximately 5 kilometers distance here. We are also looking at approximately 5 kilometers distance from Highway 24 west of Sheridan, and I'm going to say 9.5 to 10 kilometers to the shores of Horse Lake. I will check back to see what the infrared update says. I'm hoping for a lot of orange, showing there's no new infrared but only aging 12-hour infrared. However, there has been a lot of expansion, and with the winds currently staying at around 10 kilometers an hour on the plateaus, this can be troublesome. We have just zipped down to Hyheum and looking at that expansion on the northeast, and we're switching over to the radiative power indications, and I can see a number of red and yellow in the areas on either side of Hyheum, Old Scotty Creek Road, towards the Brousseau and Barricade Creek area. Switching back to the northern flank, we can see most of the intensity is on the top of Mount Jim, south of Nolan Lake, and likewise east of Watch Lake on that approach towards Highway 24. These indications are showing where the intensity is, where the volatility is, and where the heat may be occurring. And I want to remind you that all of these indications are from satellite data. You want to check with the official regional updates in the bulletins linked below. What we're seeing are dots on a screen. They can be 500 meters to a kilometer off their intended position. So we want to verify with multiple sources. And as I get new information, I will update these videos. Be safe, everyone. This is an active wildfire, and it has a tendency to sleep or slumber and then leap every time we have a wind shift. You want to keep all your resources prepared ahead of time and keep your nose to the breeze.